From the Convergence Studio in the School of Communication, this is Loyola News Chicago.
Hello and welcome to Loyola News Chicago. I'm Lauren Smith.
And I'm Greta Patrick. Here are today's top news stories which may make your pockets feel a bit light. Loyola students recently got an unsettling email from University President Father Garanzini. There's going to be a tuition increase. This news comes just 1 year after Loyola's last tuition increase. Tuition will go up 2.5% for students entering the university next year. That covers a 2.5% increase in room rates and 3.5% in activity fees. That means while last year tuition for incoming freshmen was a little over $37,000, this year it will go up to a little over $39,000. Loyola's chief financial officer told the Phoenix the changes reflect national inflation. The tuition increase comes as bad news for many students. We talked to students at the Water Tower campus about the impact it will have on them.
All the money just goes to just building up the campus, just making it nicer. And I would just rather not pay for that, so I'm not going to be here for that long to enjoy it.
If they had to increase the prices for tuition, they should increase it for the incoming freshmen. I don't think that they should already increase the tuition again and again for the students that are here. I don't think it's fair at all.
Students like myself who rely primarily on college loans to pay for college, just making it harder for us.
My loans are already pretty much maxed out, so I'm going to need to withdraw more money, and I really am not looking to be buried in debt.
This is the third time Loyola's increased tuition in the past 3 years, but it's still only the 15th most expensive of the 28 Jesuit schools.
Most students go to college to have a better future, but Katrina Lim reports for some students that future may come at a heavy price.
Emily Mosnick graduated from Loyola nearly 2 years ago and is just starting to make a dent in her $78,000 student loan debt.
Comes out to about $12,000 a year that I'm repaying over the next 8 or 9 years.
Mosnick was an international studies major with a minor in psychology. She now does accounting at an electric company in downtown Chicago. Tobin Fryer works in Loyola's financial aid office. He says if students reduce the amount they borrow, they reduce the number of loans they will later need to pay off.
We want to reduce what you're borrowing by doing a payment plan. So supplement making out-of-pocket payments directly to the school with taking out a loan, an alternative loan or a plus loan to reduce that total amount that you're borrowing.
Last year, 7 in 10 college seniors graduated with an average of more than $29,000 in student loan debt. Loan payments have left graduates like Mosnick virtually unable to save money.
I currently am paying about $1,000 to $1,100 in student loan payments every single month, between rent, between groceries and bills, other bills that I have in my student loans. By the time I'm done every month, I'm barely breaking even.
Mosnick relies on public transportation because she can't afford a car. When she pays back all her student loans, Mosnick says she would love to go to law school and become a lawyer. Katrina Lim, Loyola News, Chicago.
According to USA Today, students who graduated from college last spring were part of the most indebted graduating class ever. The class of 2014 finished with an average student loan debt of $33,000.
Loyola has changed its protest policy for holding on-campus demonstrations. Student government and other organizations have worked to make it easier for students to hold protests on campus. Jessica Edwards took to the Water Tower campus to find out how students are reacting to the new policy change.
Like other Jesuit universities, Loyola has a set policy on on-campus student demonstrations. A new amendment to this policy has changed the amount of time a student needs to notify Loyola about demonstrating from 10 days to 3 days.
Protests are so important. What is the point of having a university, a Jesuit university, where they value students' opinions if we can't protest. And changing that from a week or more, I believe, to 3 days allows students to be able to quickly say, hey, this is a problem, let's make a protest.
I don't think it dissuades students at all. If anything, it would help them, because just to know that the process is faster, it kind of gives them an incentive to just to get the ball rolling and just, you know, to act upon it quicker.
I think it's an improvement over 10 days, but if you're going to hold a spur of the moment thing, I think 3 days is spur of the moment enough, so I think it's an improvement.
This new amendment has caused a lot of concern amongst faculty and students, including communications professor Bastian Banneker, says that the wording of this amendment is very vague.
Administrators say they're open to hearing more student opinion, and the policy can still be revised. Loyola does not require notifications if students want to hold prayer services or vigils on campus.
Some students complained when Loyola didn't cancel class after the Super Bowl blizzard hit the Midwest. Loyola's official policy is to remain open unless it is too difficult for employees and students to make the commute. Lots of students don't think this policy is fair because it doesn't take student safety into account.
And I don't think they take into account either that a lot of students have classes downtown, and that really affects the commute a lot, and it's just really difficult to get around easily when it's such a bad snowstorm.
I mean, I think that a lot of it is just, it comes down to whether the teacher wants to have class, but I think the administration should be aware that, you know, students do have a long trek to get to school, and maybe it would be better if they just canceled.
Even if students live near campus, it can be hard to get to if sidewalks aren't shoveled. And if you live off campus, getting to class can be chillingly difficult. But off-campus Student Life office can help you warm up with a hot cup of coffee. The Joe and Go program helps off-campus students warm up and build community every Tuesday morning from 9 to 11. Those who live more than 2 blocks from campus can come to the Damon Center to get a free cup of coffee, tea, or hot chocolate. Students scan their IDs to claim their drinks, and 10 scans will get you a free Loyola scarf. Joe and Go isn't new to Loyola, but Commuter Ambassador Cassandra Bernardo says this year has grown in popularity.
Of being a commuter, because we know being a commuter is really hard, and so having free coffee like every Tuesday morning is something we look forward to. It allows us to see a lot more faces, because a lot of people can't attend like events for certain reasons.
According to the university calendar, Joe and Go Tuesdays are also a good time to get your questions answered about living off campus.
If you find yourself complaining about the CTA, you are not alone. One study finds the CTA to be the most disliked public transit system on Twitter. It receives more complaints than any other city's transit system. It also inspired spin-off accounts like CTA Fails, which has over 9,000 followers. The majority of CTA users complain about the customer service, or lack thereof, from the company's social media. CTA spokesman Brian Steele told the Chicago Red-Eye that the reason they only tweet service alerts is because that's what users originally wanted.
Coming up at Loyola New Chicago, Loyola's plans to bring the church into the digital era.
And a closer look at what happens when you mix Jesuits and basketball. More on that when we come back.
Did you know there's a right way to sneeze? Let's show them, Elmo! Yeah, got it! When you feel like your nose needs to give it at you, this is how you act, this is what you do. Lift your arm up high, bend it toward your face. Sneeze right there in the bendy place. Achoo! Achoo! You can do it with ease. Achoo! Achoo! That's the right way to sneeze. Thank you.
To learn more about preventing flu, visit flu.gov.
Life is full of distractions. Some are minor. Crash, look who it is. Others are more severe.
Welcome back to Loyola News Chicago. The men's basketball team notched a win at Gentile Arena, but it was the university's Jesuits who stole the show. Joaquin Carrick has more in sports.
That's right, Lauren. The men's basketball game versus Southern Illinois was also Jesuit Jam. Rambler Sports Locker's Blake Keller shows us exactly what that entails.
An event that began almost 16 years ago, Jesuit Jam is a sporting event that has brought the Loyola student body and Jesuit community together. It is a fun time for students and allows Loyola's Jesuit community to get in on the action at one of Loyola's most anticipated games of the basketball season.
Jesuit Jam is an opportunity for us as a Jesuit community to really work together and to be together with the students. For me, it's a time when we can celebrate together with the student body, our athletic program, and our life together.
Thanks to the athletic department, their collaboration with the Jesuits has allowed them to easily reach all students and encourage them to participate in the festivities.
You know, we had a Facebook group. We tell everyone that we can. We obviously made what I think is a pretty good YouTube video. And word of mouth, I mean, most people know that this is something that happens every year by now. Plus, when you add free pizza and free t-shirts into the mix, it's not hard to get people to come.
Jesuit Jam is a great opportunity for Jesuits to showcase their personalities and show students that they like to have a good time too.
My favorite part is watching Jesuits embarrass themselves on the court. Next to that, I would say that it's just great to be a part of a thriving, energetic community, whatever that means. And so we're here for a basketball game, but we're really celebrating the university and the Jesuit quality of the university tonight, which is really great for me.
For years to come, the Jesuits hope to bring in students that normally would not attend the game and to give them a deeper sense of the Jesuit identity at the university.
So really to showcase, you know, our talents and really to invite people into a space to have fun.
Looks like a fun night for everyone involved. Remember this summer when Jackie Robinson West Fever swept through Chicago and across the nation? Well, the All-African American Little League team that gained widespread attention last August for winning the U.S. championship was stripped of its title on Wednesday. The local Southside team turned out not to be so local. Team officials knowingly recruited players from outside the eligible region and falsified their documents. Little League International gave the championship title to runner-up Las Vegas. Mayor Rahm Emanuel is calling for the decision to be reversed. What a sad ending to such a great story. Let's face it, the Bulls have been in a rut, and everybody has their opinion as to why. I took to the streets to see what fans had to say.
The team is dividing. You got people that cool with Butler, and you got the Rose fans.
You know, certain players play well together and some don't, so I think it's basically lineup changes.
Gasol still, you know, trying to figure out the system and trying to figure out how players play.
I think he's ran the team, you know, like he's run them for a few years, and, you know, I think they're starting to break down a little bit. Like anything, you know, a lawnmower, a car, you run it hard, it's going to eventually, you know, break down on you.
Not everyone's 100% and not everyone's firing on all cylinders. So I think after the All-Star break, things will fix themselves.
Now, it looks like the Bulls have been listening to their fans. They have won their past 3 games and are playing a lot better. That's all for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Joaquin. I'm glad to hear the Bulls are doing a little better.
Younger generations turn to digital media for information. That's why the Institute of Pastoral Studies and the School of Communication are launching a new concentration in digital communication, the first of its kind in the nation.
This program serves a growing and diverse need in the church for people to be educated and learn the skills necessary to communicate in the new digital environment we find ourselves in.
The Institute held a launch event to introduce the concentration. Audience members learned how students would use digital media in the context of the modern church. Many are excited for the program and see its importance in the digital age.
If we want to form people who are leaders in the Catholic Church, those leaders have to be where the Catholic conversation is going on. And there's a lot of conversation going on through social media, online, on all different platforms, and people need to be able to go out to where the people are and have those conversations.
It's fantastic, and it's interesting because in my job I get to see a lot of the church in this country and even beyond, see what it's doing.
Applications are open now and classes will begin this fall. The director of the Institute says some students in other areas of pastoral studies may switch to the new digital program.
Loyola artists are showing off their creativity with charcoal markers and paint pens. All this and more were on display at this year's annual student art competition. The prize-winning entries were shown at the Ralph Arnold Fine Arts Annex on the Lakeshore campus. Third place went to The Disillusionment by John Kashner. He used the combination of markers and pens to create his art. Second prize went to a charcoal piece by Aaron O'Connell called Self-Portraits. The winning entry was called In and Out and took artist Brianna Colorina almost 30 hours to complete. For students, the competition is a way to show off their hard work and challenge them to improve their craft.
Coming up in our Loyola News Extra, chocolate, flowers, and Valentine's Day.
And take a look at the Lincoln Park's newest wintry animal, and it will certainly leave you feeling warm-hearted.
Hey, Luis, did you know that you're Elmo's plan?
Your plan?
Yeah, Elmo's mommy said that if Elmo is too sick to go to school, the plan is that Elmo stays with Luis and Maria.
Oh, yes, we have that plan all in place.
Great!
You never know when your child will be too sick to go to school. So have a plan ready so your child can stay home and get healthy.
Luis is the man, because he's Elmo's plan. The man, because he's Elmo's plan.
To learn more about preventing flu, visit flu.gov.
There are so many fun things we all can do to be healthier, no matter who you are or where you are. So let's move.
Oh, here we go.
Let's stretch in the grass.
What a play!
Let's play tag.
Wow, unbelievable.
Let's jump up and down.
Oh, what a way to finish it.
And most of all, let's eat better so that we have the energy we need to play an hour a day, every day.
Everyone can play. Just go to letsmove.gov to learn more.
Hope Salmon is here with today's Loyola News Extra, and this really is one of my favorite times of the year.
Thanks, Greta. Yeah, it definitely is a wonderful time of the year. Love is in the air this season with Valentine's Day around the corner. This day of romance dates back to the 5th century. Saint Valentine performed secret marriages after Emperor of Rome outlawed marriage for young men, thinking it made them better soldiers. Here in the 21st century, Israel Halawani found out how some Loyola students are spending their Valentine's Day.
So Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and a lot of people celebrate it in many different ways. For some, we might take dinner out in the town. For others, it's getting a pizza and watching Netflix, staying in. Either way, here is how our own Ramblers choose to celebrate the lover's holiday, even without a lover.
I'm going on a date to dinner. I don't know where. Thinking sushi.
For Valentine's Day, I'm actually going with my boyfriend to a restaurant.
For Valentine's Day, I'm probably just going to be chilling inside. I'm an RA, so I've got duty that day. So my friend Becca and I, we're creating a Family Feud game, and so we're going to be playing that the entire time.
I think that we're actually probably just going to stay home and watch a movie and maybe order a pizza. Something really low-key.
Probably just going to hang out with friends. I don't really have a significant other.
Valentine's Day doesn't have to be a couples-only holiday. It could be a day you choose to spend with friends or a day you choose to treat yourself, like our Ramblers are doing. For Loyola News Chicago, I'm Israel Halawani.
Many say love doesn't cost a thing, but a lot of people are going to find out otherwise. The National Retail Federation says people will spend more than $18 billion this Valentine's Day. Many are getting their sweethearts chocolates, and there's plenty of places to find it around the Water Tower campus. Some people are going simple for the holiday, but others are going full out.
This Valentine's Day,
according to the
I
Chicago
plan on spending
Tribune,
around $60 probably, including like food and presents and all that stuff.
Let's see, 100, 200. I mean, it's in the hundreds, definitely. I can't really say for sure how much.
According to the Chicago Tribune, men are expected to spend almost twice as much as women this upcoming holiday. Almost $200 versus the nearly $100. Seems like there's a lot of money being spent this holiday, unlike what they say love doesn't cost a thing, huh?
I know. I've already spent a ton on my Valentine's Day present, and it hasn't even happened yet.
I know. Don't get me started. Well, at least love is in the air, and that's special, huh?
Definitely. Thank you a lot, Hope.
No problem.
Chicagoans may be tired of all this cold weather, but at least somebody's enjoying themselves. The Japanese snow monkeys are now making their home at the Lincoln Park Zoo, and their new habitat includes a nice hot spring for the monkeys to warm up in. These snow monkeys are a type of macaque and arrived from a research center in Japan. The monkeys have drawn a lot of visitors since they arrived, but zookeepers say until the monkeys can adjust to Chicago's cold weather, they will be allowed outside for only a few hours a day. The exhibit includes 3 males and 5 females, and you will want to plan your visit. Be sure to call ahead of time to see if you can get a glimpse of these snow angels.
In case you missed it, is our new weekly segment that's meant to keep you in the know. This week, one of the most talked about stories is Jon Stewart leaving The Daily Show. He's been the host since 1999. Stewart says he doesn't have any specific plans after he leaves. He thanked viewers and said this job has been the highest honor of his professional life. No more crying in the kitchen. A British farmer invented a new onion that won't make you cry or give you bad breath. It's being called a sweet red onion. And Porsche's latest advertisement left Chicagoans scratching their heads in confusion. The ad shows large mountains behind the city's famous skyline. And if you look closely, you can also see a swimming pool-sized Lake Michigan.
Wow, Lake Michigan and the mountains.
It's so
what is that? It's cold already. I don't need any more mountains.
The only mountains in Chicago are the skyscrapers.
Tell me, and the mounds of snow that we got piled up already.
Definitely mountains of snow.
Well, that's our news for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Lauren Smith.
And I'm Greta Patrick. We'll be back next week with another episode of Loyola News Chicago.